There we go. Hello and welcome everyone to Ascension Evolution. My name is Joanne. If you haven't been here before, it's an honor to have you here on this journey. I'm much better live than I am recording. I always feel really uncomfortable prior to this because we have a little chat beforehand, right? And then I have to pretend like we haven't even said hello. Anyway, so I am absolutely honored to have a a soul family, Patreon family member here, Saira. Thank you so much for coming and chatting to me today. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So I'll get Saira to introduce herself in a minute, but the reason I've asked Saira to come on is because this year, and I'm going to say this out loud, I'm going to put in YouTube because I now have to hold myself accountable, right? So last year I did a little bit of a sugar elimination. Now I say a little bit of a sugar elimination. I did 63 days without any processed sugar, which meant I had to cook everything from scratch. Like literally, I couldn't eat anything that I bought. Everything had to be made from scratch. So I couldn't work because it took me so long to make all this stuff so that I could eat. But I saw massive benefits. But I am a chocoholic, cake loving. I don't really like food. I'm not, some people are foodie and they're really into food, Sarah. I'm not that person, and I've had issues with food my whole life. Like I've hid food and I've thrown away food, when I was younger. I don't like consistencies. Um, I don't like a lot of foods. So when I eat, I tend to eat things that contain sugar because at least they taste good, right? So this year though, it's time for me. I've done the work on the mind and the spirit. This year it's time for me to step into the work and the physical body, which I've been putting off for a good couple of years now. And I think last year was just like a little testing, dipping my toes into the water. um and it's my turn to ask for help with this. So um thank you for coming on here and holding my hand to talk about this, because this might not be a big thing for a lot of people, but this is massive for me. I'm looking to shift about 3 stone this year. um and not in any kind of faddy diet way. I want to change my lifestyle. Like it's a lifestyle choice for me. It has to be all or nothing. So with that said, I can't think of a better person to come in and chat about this today. We have one-to-ones, and I know you and love you, and I know that you have put so much work in on yourself, not just with regards to this, but this has been a big part of your journey. So would you like to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'd love to. And yeah, thanks for having me on to share this and support you and hold your hand. So, because you've been, supporting me and everyone in the Patreon community and everyone on YouTube as well. So, yeah, it's brilliant. I can do that for you.
Thank you.
Um, but yeah, I mean, my life, I'm Saira, by the way, and I'm stepping now into my purpose work to be a doula, healer, and tarot reader. And it's a far cry to the corporate world I'm coming from. Um, but yeah, it's all because of me changing my lifestyle. And I like the way you said it's not about just a diet, it is changing lifestyle. These fad diets, they don't work long term. You've got to really change the lifestyle to really just, this is it now. And for me, I'm now a follower, a lifestyle, or my food I consume is raw foods. So yeah, so I'm a raw vegan, if you want to label it as that, but I like to just say I eat living foods. And it's the most high vibrational foods to eat. So, and it all started with me doing a juice fast in December 2020. So I was I'm part of another Patreon group that I'm with, who is all about raw food, and really does healing through the foods as well, was promoting this fast for 21 days. And I thought, literally, I was like, this is mad. Who can go that long without eating? I just thought that I really did not think it was possible.
Yeah.
But I was drawn to join the Telegram group, and I thought, all right, I'll do 3 days. And it was 21 days of juicing followed by 3 days of water. So it'd be like 24 days in total. So I was just like, but you know what? I did the whole thing. And I
Wow.
surprised myself. And what made me get through that was the support, because it was people around the world all coming together and we were all supporting each other.
Mm.
And it was a first for a lot of people, but it changed, and many others. It changed my life. It really did. And it was just amazing, because I never thought I would even get past 3 days. So actually completing that was amazing, and it literally did steer me on the right path, basically, to
Wow.
now moving on to me stepping into my soul purpose and doing my my conscious business and launching that. So yeah, amazing. And it wasn't that I just stopped having sugar, because when I did the fast, I had no expectation of, okay, after the fast, what do I
What do
do?
I do?
Yeah, there was no
Mm.
expectation there. So I was vegetarian before. I loved cheese and I loved wine. And so went back home for Christmas, had a little bit of the cooked food, a little bit of wine, but could start to notice the difference. But one thing that really stood out to me was the sugar. And my experience, I had a first-hand experience on how addictive sugar is. And my nephew had bought me, and I wasn't really before, I didn't really eat a lot of fruit. I was more savoury, so maybe a
Okay.
banana a week, if that. But my nephew bought me a box of Lindt chocolates for Christmas, and I was like, oh, I know, I probably really shouldn't have these, but you know what? I have one. You can never have one. You just can't have one. But I really thought I could, because I thought, no. And then so what happens is you have the chocolate, you get a hit of dopamine, a massive hit of dopamine, and I did. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I can have one, put them down. But then the mind came in. And what I'd had over this period, I'd had this peace of mind for over 24 days,
Wow.
where it was just stillness of mind. I was in it was so nice to not have this chatterbox going off,
Wow.
um, especially around fear. But suddenly, oh, that came in full force, going, oh yeah, have another one, have another one. I don't want another one. Yes, you do. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, I do. So, and over a course of like 2 days, all I was thinking about is I had to finish that box of chocolates.
Wow.
And it was so powerful. And I was just like, but I actually felt, honestly, Joanne, I felt like I was possessed.
Yeah. It was like a battle.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah, yeah,
It was horrible. And then my choices started to change. And like I said, I didn't have no expectations of where I was going to go. Um, and I could and then just starting to have a bit of wine, and then, and then just other choices changed. And then I was just having more chocolate, and it kind of just went out the window. But that night, while I was at home for Christmas, I just couldn't sleep. My thoughts were just really like self-sabotaging thoughts, very negative. I'd been the best version of myself during this fast.
yeah. Yeah.
And then suddenly, I was
Like a
like,
crash.
oh my God, it was horrible.
Yeah.
But I had to go through that because I had to have the comparison.
Mm.
Um, so when I came back home, I was like, right, that's it. I'm going raw vegan. Like, I can't do it. I just said I'm going raw vegan, and it might be extreme because I didn't even experience what it's like to be a vegan. I just went vegetarian. But I just did it. And I remember making my last meal, and it was a roast dinner, and it was the healthiest roast I'd ever made, but it was the tastiest as well, because I
Mm.
hadn't had one for so long. But I think just having that experience with the sugar really showed me how addictive it is.
Yeah.
And so then I've just been going on this transition, and it has been, a transition over the 2 years,
Mhm.
um, to just be really consistent with raw foods. And I would love to be 100%, but it can be quite challenging maybe in England. So I'm about 95% raw.
That is just absolutely phenomenal, though, because I mean, if I look at what I eat in a day, You know, it's a completely different world almost. Um, and even like, you know, I actually arranged a meal with my friends the other day because I thought I'm gonna have to go and have one last meal out with my friends. You know, it's bizarre. It's like you're saying goodbye, you know, to all these things that you enjoy. Because how do you do that? How do you because sugar, particularly speaking about sugar, is in like they put it in everything. Like
Yeah.
literally everything. Like I've never been one for looking at what's in what I'm eating. Um, but when I started doing this elimination sugar, I was like, I can't eat anything. Like it's literally, if it's not sugar, it's some kind of additive or um and that in itself became a full-time, that's what I'm saying. It became like a full-time job having to make everything from scratch. So how do you have a life? How do you have a life
Yeah.
and be raw vegan?
There is a lot of you can be, it's organization. You've got to be
Right.
organized. That is
True.
the key.
True.
And and I said everything right. The sugar is in everything.
Everything.
And for me, I think it's made it easier because I never really classed myself as having like a sugar addiction. But actually, if I really look at that, when I've gone off track, I've noticed this kind of behavior comes out of like addictive nature because I'm suddenly having cooked food, so I'm getting more of this dopamine hit, and then but the sugar, even if it's like cooked food or like my mum's at Christmas, like I did because I knew I was having this fast. I was like, I'll have a roast dinner, but I noticed that I was craving more of the cooked foods and than the raw foods. But it basically it is about being organised. And for me, what makes it easier is I eat a lot of fruit. So, and like I said, I didn't eat a lot of fruit before.
Okay.
I, but most of my day is fruit. So I will juice in the morning. I'll have my lunch is fruit. I'll have a fruit bowl or a smoothie, or just a big bowl of fruit, and then I will have a big salad in the evening. And with a salad, and I know that you said you're not really a fan of that kind of food, but your taste buds change over
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
and the textures change. There's certain things that I never thought I would eat that I love now. And with any salad, you need a good dressing, and there are so many good dressings out there that are amazing.
Okay.
And that is the key to get and you can make a really sweet dressing, so you're getting that kind of sweetness from the fruit, which could be from dates are really good to put in
Okay.
your dressings for that sweetness that you want, which is what I use quite a lot. But yeah, it is being organized, but to shove fruit into a smoothie, into a blender, that doesn't take a lot of time at
No,
all.
it doesn't.
And at first it might not. I mean, I've made my mum and dad at Christmas time some smoothies, and they're like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!"
Mm.
Um, and they've now gone plant based. Actually, now seeing my transition, which is amazing.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, and that's because my dad is diabetic, and mum said, "We'll try it for 2 weeks," and they saw a massive reduction in his blood sugar. So,
Wow.
which is going to happen because he's just being plant based. So, and now they've carried it on because they saw the benefits of that. So, um,
What's the difference between, maybe there isn't any, a plant-based diet and eating raw? Is there a difference?
plant based is you cook it basically, but it's
Ah, so
whole.
you're cooking it. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
okay,
whole
okay.
food. I mean, you can say vegan, but you can, but vegan is more about with the animals as well. Like you do it for the animals, and you don't wear like leather shoes and things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. See, it's funny
Um,
because when people are like, "Oh, you don't eat meat," and they're like, "You must be a vegetarian." I'm like, "Well, I don't really eat vegetables either." So, so people, or you can call me fussy, but I like to say that I'm just a simple eater. So it's funny how we have these labels for everything, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. And people say, "What's raw vegan?" I was like, "I just eat the living foods." Like they're like, How? I mean, to be fair, my parents like thought I was mad when I told them I'm not, because I love to cook as well, and I love making curries. Like curries was one of my things that I make. So like, what, you're not gonna have a curry again? What? So it's like, I'm gonna have to replicate a raw one, you know? So
Wow.
and you can do it. And you know, I've made raw pizzas, which are on my YouTube channel, and there's more to come on that, because you can have alternatives, and to the sugar as well, and sweet treats as well. You don't need sugar, and you know, we're meant to have on average like 2 teaspoons a day of sugar. I know, and people have a cup of tea in the morning or coffee, and they have 2 teaspoons more. And how many cups of tea and coffee do they have in a day? So we are over consuming sugar as a society, and it's in everything, and
Massively.
we all know why it's in everything, you know. We don't need to get into that rabbit hole, but we know why. And for me, I'm like, I don't want to feed into the system anymore. I don't want to feed into the matrix. So it was kind of like when I stopped smoking, like obviously I wanted to do it for my health, but it was more the fact that the cigarettes had control over me. And I didn't like the fact that something was controlling me, and that actually there is only one winner when I buy these cigarettes. So it was kind of like a finger to the system. I am going to quit. And then going raw has stopped me drinking. So I don't drink anymore. I don't have caffeine anymore. I don't have sugar. But the going raw is, that's just been a byproduct. It was just an organic transition of eliminating those things. So I'm not saying that everybody needs to be as extreme as me and do a fast or go raw, but it would definitely help for sure.
Yeah,
If
well,
you
I
need.
mean, we're all different, aren't we? And I think what suits one person doesn't suit another. And I couldn't be stepping into what I'm about to step into last year. Like I dipped my toe into the whole sugar elimination thing for a while, yes, but I wasn't at the point where I was fully committed to fully jump in and take it as a lifestyle rather than, you know, I know that after these days I could go back and I could have and I think so everybody's different and everybody's at different parts of their journey. So this is going to resonate with people who are at this part of their journey. And maybe there are some people that will never get, come to this stage because that isn't just part of their journey. So there's no right or there's no wrong.
Exactly.
Um so this isn't about this is just us kind of I'm just going to share my experience in here because it might help other people, and it's exactly, you're doing it for exactly the same reason. I know that you are. So this is a good opportunity. I'm going to share your YouTube channel actually here just now, because there's one thing I do, and that is green juice. I do a green juice in the morning. And okay, so this is your oh gosh, do you know what? I haven't worked for what, 10 days or something. I'm like, do I have to put words together? Your website, that's what it's called. So it's www.myhighpriestess.co.uk. I'll pop links to it in the description to this video. And you've got all different parts of your website here. So do you want to go through yourself, what you've got in here? So what
Yeah.
parts? Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm a birth and postnatal doula as well. So all my packages are on there, so you can check all of them out. And then my healing journey, my journey, going from the fast, and oh yeah, and it also led me just to doing this has put me on the right path. So then I started to just have synchronistic chain of events happen since this happened, which led me to get certified as a Reiki master, which then led me to tarot, and then led me to getting trained as a doula. And everything is on my website of how this all came to be, basically. And waking up spiritually. I mean, I thought I was already quite spiritually awake anyway, but I wasn't to what the level I am now, and it's obviously just going to expand. But juicing and changing my lifestyle and eliminating the sugar, processed foods, and you can heal yourself, and you can get to by having whole food, plant-based, and still cooking it. But for me, the connection to my intuition is really, really exacerbated, and just been transformational by going raw personally. But
Wow.
yeah, you've got all of my journey on there with my juicing, because I'm on a 5 day. I'm doing a juice fast at the moment. I'm on day 5 at the moment.
Okay. How you feeling?
You know what? I feel amazing. I
Awesome.
feel so good, and I think it's because I knew I wasn't feeling my best over Christmas because I kind of went a little bit off track. And this is, I think we spoke about it before, where I feel like now I'm being catapulted to be like, stay in your lane, like, you know,
Yes.
because I noticed that I was having like, you know, it's all right to have chips every now and again, but they've got oil, you know, and then there was some sort vegan, it's all vegan though, so it's okay, right? Because it's vegan, but there's sugar in sauces. So I could
Yes.
just notice that I was starting to have cravings. I haven't had cravings for ages, so I'm just staying in my lane now. And I know I'll have steamed vegetables and things like that to accompany a salad, but majority of it is fruit, and that's where I feel my best.
I love that. Are these your pictures? You take these pictures of your...
Yeah, so these were all mine, and it's all on my Instagram account. All there's loads of on there. Or it has been actually hacked at the moment, my Instagram account, but I am getting it back. So yeah, so
That's a good sign. It means you're doing something right.
yeah.
I'm going to pop over to your YouTube channel. Please pop over to our beautiful sister's YouTube channel here and give her some support, because she's going to be doing some awesome things here. You know, and I hope for more videos, please, because I'm following with bated breath. This is going to help me through. So you've put up some of your like the grounding green juice. Like, see, when I first had green juice, I was sick. like like genuinely, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and I drank it and I like threw up. But now I love it. Like
Yeah.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love the taste of it. I love the smell of it. My skin, like I used to have real problems with acne and stuff. And if I don't have green juice, like I'll get, you can see that how I didn't have it over the, you know, the little festive period there. I get, and my skin is just so radiant, and it's really good for me because, you know, of my what I've been putting into my body. It was helping with all these minerals and stuff in my body. So I felt a big difference just from green juice, like massive difference. So you've got an awesome video on there. So pop over, my high priestess, pop over. I'll put all the details in the video anyway, so that you
When
can...
I have my green juice, I feel it like in my body, like going into my cells, and it feels amazing. Like even other fruit juice, but something about green juice where it just does that.
I love
Yeah.
it. A question about juicing then.
Mm.
If you're doing a juice, and we're not giving anybody any medical information here, we're just talking about our own experiences. Um, if you're doing a juice and fast, do you have to vary, like give different juices so that you're balancing, I don't know, vitamins and stuff up? No?
No, I mean, I think it's probably if it's a first time juice fast, just to mono juice, which is just having one
What that
type
means?
of juice. That yeah, it's just
Oh, okay.
one fruit. So basically, that's what I did the first time because I didn't have my fancy juicer. I just had a
Yeah.
little electric citrus one. But yeah, I just did oranges for the whole time. I didn't get bored of it. When I drink my orange juice, I just feel I'm like, oh my God, it's amazing. But when I finish, I'll have a litre. And when I finish it, I don't crave anymore. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just did oranges. But obviously, when you do more, you can have more in.
Did like if I just drank a liter of orange juice every day for 21 days, I may have needed to be quite close to the toilet. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't know how to phrase that there.
Well, the thing is, because you're not getting any of the fibre, so you're eliminating any of the fibre. You're just having
Ah,
the juice. So I sieve any fibre out. So
okay.
you want to rest your digestion. So I make sure I have no fibre. Like my digestion's having a rest, and you'll notice that you'll still be even like. Maybe it could be even like 10 or 15 days. You may stop, depending on what the diet you've come from, maybe having bowel movements still. But yeah, you don't need to have any of the fibre, so it is just a liquid. So yeah, you're just eliminating everything that's in your GI tract and getting everything out. I mean, some people experience like a lot of like they call it mucoid plaque, which is a lot of like dead waste in the system basically. That's it starts to come out eventually, and
Wow.
it's like a cleanse. You really do a cleanse of your system. It's kind of like you're resetting, especially when you do the 3 days of water. And I'm not saying anyone needs to do this, but for me personally, that's like the next stage. You're going even deeper into the cells and really doing a full cleanse, and you do reset, and it helps the microbiome as well.
I wonder if maybe I'm better off starting rather than just because see when I eliminated sugar, so I had to be really like you said, you have to plan for everything, right? Like everything has to be made and blah blah blah. It's not going to take as much time reducing, is it? And I'm not going to have to worry about having everything ready to eat. And it might actually be a lot easier to start off to eliminate sugar via the juice fast actually because I'm still going to get the sweetness, haven't I? So I'm not like when I had nothing, I wasn't eating fruit or anything like that. What would I do? So if I got a craving, I would have like a bit of peanut butter.
Right, okay. And that's high in fat, right? So yeah. Um, and yeah, so it's getting the balance, isn't it? Because yeah, if you have that craving, you can have peanut butter. But if our body wants sweetness, we're designed to have sweetness because um, my understanding is that when we back in the ancient times, like when we knew that food was good to eat, is because it was sweet. So like when fruit is ripe, it's sweet. It's really sweet. So we know that's for us. So anything that doesn't taste really sweet really isn't for us. But obviously things evolved over time.
See that I'm the last time I was here must have been like Neolithic times or something.
Exactly. So, and this is the beauty of the fruit, right? If you think like, the fruit is grown on a tree and then it grows until it's ready to be eaten. And you know what? If it's not picked, it will drop to our feet. And if it's not eaten, it'll go back into the soil and then it'll just do the cycle again. So,
Wow.
fruit is for us. We're meant to eat it, but this fruit in the supermarket is picked way too early. It's not ripe at all. So it's making sure that you have ripe fruit. That's because you are going to get the sweetness and the right sugars have been released in the fruit as well for you to really feel that satiation
So
that you've got.
how did you access that then when you were doing your because I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 21 days juice. I'm going to do juice fast. So how did you access your fruit then? Did you
Yeah, so I've just well I've got an Asian shop. So if you go to an Asian
okay.
shop, then just go to the Asian shops and get them, or your local fruit market. If you've got anything like that, or if not, you can order them online. They have where I'm in Brighton anyway.
Okay.
I've just gone to a wholesaler's actually and just got some really big oranges. They're massive and they're pretty much the same size, same price as the shops, but they're even bigger. So I am getting a more yield for the price, and I've got 2 crates of it. So I don't worry about the abundance. Like if I want juice, I'll just have juice. I just like will have it. But I kind of stick to like 3 meals a day, maybe 4 with the snack in the middle. But
Okay.
it's satiating me, it really is.
So if I was going to do a 21-day juice fast then,
Yeah,
what and say I was just probably just stick to one. I think that's a good idea, right? Just so you just stuck to orange juice.
just orange juice. That was it. Yeah.
Right. So how many oranges do you need roughly for a liter? So is talk me through what it looks like. Talk me
Yeah.
through what it looks like.
Yeah. So, I mean, it all depends on the sizes of size oranges that you get, but maybe I would say I mean, because my oranges I've got at the moment, they're quite big. So I only need about 4 to get a litre. They're that big, which is really good.
Wow.
So maybe about 8 to 10 you might need. Um, if they're just a normal medium size, it depends where you're going to get them from. But
Okay.
I would definitely start. If you're gonna be starting off, yeah, I would say. I mean, I've got a crate of 40, and I'm on day 5, and I've nearly finished it. But when I did my first fast, I only really did like 3 liters, and then I reduced it. I didn't feel like I needed it after a while, but for initially to kind of curb your hunger, just have as much juice as you want. If you feel hungry, then just have that litre, and then you'll feel satiated for a couple of hours, and then have another litre. You,
Ah.
some people didn't felt a litre was too much. So you've just got to listen to your body, really. Just have 500 ml, and then that'll satiate you. And then just go from there.
Okay, so I could just basically get a truckload of oranges
Yeah,
and then start day one. And so would you still drink water in between?
absolutely. And I
Right.
would say distilled water if preferable, or filtered water if you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. I actually just ordered a distiller yesterday. My other
And
one
if you
broke.
herbal teas, like if you really want in, like, because obviously it's winter, if you want to like have a herbal tea just to keep, because your temperature, you will notice change in your temperature. So if you want something warm, you can have a herbal tea.
Okay. So I could do herbal teas and then so when I feel hungry,
Mhm.
I could just have a liter of fresh orange juice.
Yeah, definitely. And even if you're not feeling hungry, just have, and if it's been quite a long time, I
Okay.
would just have something, because it will hydrate you and it'll give you energy, because you're gonna get your calories, but you will lose weight. But what's going to happen is, because the longer you're going to be naturally doing some intermittent fasting with it as well, I would imagine,
Yeah.
because that would just be a natural occurrence, which
Yeah.
will you're going to use all of your reserves from the sugar, and it'll go to your fat, so you'll start burning more fat, and it'll be a lot easier to do that.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk you through what my morning looks like so you could maybe talk me through where you would pop the juice in then, because I would still like to take my green juice. That would be okay, wouldn't it? Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
So I get up early in the morning and then I normally have a coffee. So could I still
No,
have a black coffee? No, no, no coffee.
caffeine is caffeine, yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay,
Because what you're doing, you want to make you don't want your body to be in acidosis. You don't want it to be acidic. You're moving your body to be more alkaline, which is
okay,
the natural state. So you want to eliminate any acidic food.
okay,
Uh,
okay.
drink.
Okay, I can do that. I can do that. I can do this. I can do this. Okay. What I'll do is I'll diary it. Like I'll diary it every day as I go through so that everybody can go through my ease and grace
Yeah,
of the
I did that
21 days.
for my first one. I did that, and day one, when I checked the time, it was 5:55. Yeah, I love it.
I love that. So I wouldn't get up and have coffee. I would get up. Well, I would have a coffee and then I drink water and stuff, but I wouldn't have my green juice until like 12 o'clock. So I
I
would have,
would bring the juice forward, your green juice, because that could replace your coffee,
okay,
personally, because that's going to give you the energy that you need. Like,
okay,
that's going to give you a real boost. That could be your replacement.
okay. So get up, have the green juice rather than the coffee.
Yeah.
And then beautiful Thomas has suggested that I have hot water. I sip hot water during the day. So I can then have hot water. When would you introduce your liter of orange? Would you do that at like meal times if you weren't hungry before then?
When do you do intermittent fasting at the moment? When do you have your first meal
Yeah,
usually?
I don't usually eat about 12, 1 o'clock maybe.
So, I mean, if you're having, I mean, I would say you could say from 11, have 500 mil, or
Okay.
you'll know if you'll feel hungry. If you feel, you could just have 500 mil, 11, and then maybe 1 o'clock, have a litre.
Yeah.
But if you feel what will happen though, you'll get, especially after a couple of ages, you'll just go, oh my God, this juice is amazing. You know, want another one. And then you'll have like a litre, and then you'll be fine. But yeah, because it's so good, the juice, when you're on this fast, you just love it.
Okay, cool. All right. And then so I can basically drink as much of the juice that I want to drink. There's
Yeah.
no like stop here. I can have as much as I want. So that'll help that addictive person that I've got in me because I can be addicted to the juice, right? Okay. And then so just water, juice, and I can stick to my green juice. What
Yeah.
about like vitamins? Because I take vitamins and supplements. I'm still okay to take them.
You are. I mean, I personally don't take any supplements.
Okay.
I am looking at getting checked for B12, but I have some supplements for that. But I mean, it's up to you. I mean, personally,
I
I
wouldn't
you're
be taking vitamin C.
yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're going to be taking the supplements, you're going to be you're not resting your digestion fully, are you? It's going to digest. So,
Yeah.
and also it might create some acidity in the body.
Yeah.
Personally, if it was me, I wouldn't take it.
Okay.
But that's up to you. You'll need to
Okay.
turn.
Okay. Okay. Grand. Thank you. Okay. So, as somebody that's been through it, then, what would you say the benefits are? What are the benefits of? I know we're talking now about a 21-day juice fast. I just think it's going to be, I think it'll be easier for me to do a 21-day juice fast and then 3 days water at the end of that than it actually will be to eliminate sugar, because that'll actually eliminate sugar in the process.
Absolutely.
So it just seems, I hadn't even thought about it.
Mm.
So that just, it's such a much a more simpler way than I did last time, and couldn't work and couldn't do all these things because I just spent all my time like trying to figure out how I'm gonna make things. So that's awesome. Thank you so much. You're really, really helping me. So what are, give me some benefits of what you felt with regards to quitting sugar, or even just a juice fast or detox in itself.
Yeah. So after, the first week after you get through the detox, the day 2 for me, I know it's the detox. But after I got through 3 days, after the first 3 days, because between day 2 and 7 is when you're releasing the detox, you're having candida die-off symptoms, which basically means, all the toxins are being released. So, I mean, for me, after that, the benefits were just amazing. My meditations were really deep. I felt the peace of mind that I had and the clarity was just priceless, like that in itself. And I always yearn for that when I am back on the food. I yearn for that clarity of mind and that peace. Because if you think, how much do we think about food? Well, I know that it's in a lot of our thoughts. Probably about 70% of our thoughts are probably related to food for most people, and they're not consciously aware of it. So for me, that's what I experienced. My skin, my skin was so much better. Yeah, and what was great actually, I didn't have to keep getting onto the toilet for a wee at night. Like I slept all the way through last night. I woke up a couple of times, but I didn't need to get up for a wee. I was like, yeah,
Score.
so yeah, just the whole, for me, just resting my digestive system and getting rid of all of that fecal matter that's just been there for a long time, and it's never been cleansed out. And people do these enemas and they do this colonic, all these things, but this was a natural elimination, and just getting my microbiome back to its more of a natural state of what it should be.
That's because that was, I was going to ask you that actually, because I had thought about going. There's a couple of times I've got in touch with somebody about a colonic, and then I've always not done it. So this does it naturally. I wouldn't even need to go into. And actually, I even bought the coffee and enema things. I even bought that. I haven't done that either. So this does it naturally. The juice would do it naturally.
Yeah, it will just naturally eliminate everything. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, and you might even find like day 15, you're like, oh my God, there's still I'm still like experiencing things, and you're like, so it just shows you and
How much?
how much that we can really get backed up. And this is where people suffer with a lot of bloating, and you'll notice your stomach is flat as anything, and and the weight, you're going to lose, the weight's just going to drop off. You'll never get to a point where you'll be like to lose too much weight, because your body will kind of like stabilize itself. It kind of knows, and then obviously you still got getting calories from the juice. So I wouldn't worry about losing too much weight. Your body's going to know what to do. And there's just the skin, my hair changed, like there's so many lists of benefits, like more energy. So like now I'm not somebody who really exercised, but now I'm doing a strength training course, and I've been doing that for the last 3 months because I've been working on myself spiritually, mind, body, soul, all of that. And now it's like, right, I need to get to the gym. So now I do like a program. I've been going 4 times a week, sometimes 5, and I'm still going to go while I'm fasting, but maybe reduce it to 3 times. So I've been consuming quite a lot in the last 3 months because I want to build muscle basically, and then now this is going to help with just like, you know, getting that excess fat with the fast as well. It's all going to benefit, but you have more energy, like you have an appetite to exercise. I never had an appetite to exercise.
Oh, I want one of them, please. Instead of an appetite for sugar, I'll have an appetite to exercise.
Yeah. And you know, it's not bad. And even me, and I can now, I say to my friends, oh my God, I can see why people get addicted to going to the gym, and I can see why they get addicted to strength training because of this new dopamine hit that you get
Sure.
instead of having this through sugar. You know, you're getting it in a more of a healthy way. So long as there's no attachment to the gym, I've got to do this to look
Of course.
good, then it's a separate thing. But mine's more because I want to be, it's a holistic thing, you know, mind, body, soul, etc. But that is just, yeah, all of these benefits just, and I've got a list of all the benefits on my website as well.
Awesome. So, is there any tips that you can give me for, or any words of wisdom or advice that you can give me for preparing to step into this from somebody that, you know, eats absolute crap? And I did a fast once. I did a fast in the run up to the 2018 summer solstice because I had a big job to do. And I drank, oh my gosh, it was there was cayenne pepper in it. It was just water, cayenne pepper, lemon juice, and I had to tank like four or 5 liters a day or something for 3 days. And like I was crying. Like I was crying because I just want, and this is from somebody that doesn't even like textures in their mouth. I was like, I did want to chew something. Like I just want to. So is there something that you can, have you got any words of advice for like, because like you're talking about stopping smoking, right? I was the same. I read a book by a guy called oh gosh. Oh no, Alan.
Alan Carr,
Yes.
that's the one I read. That's what stopped me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's totally stopped me. Now he's
yeah.
got a book for food, the
Mm.
same kind of, but I've read the first couple of pages and then put it down, funnily enough. But that worked for me because I'm like, so I know that I've got the determination to fight the system because
Mm.
I can set the intention in that. But like the smoking thing, it was more the action. You kind of
Mm.
miss the action, right? Which is
Mm.
bizarre, but it's just because
Mm.
it's the habit of the action. So do you have any advice as to like if you miss the chewing
Well, there's not really much you can do on that
straw?
because it's not yeah, you could use a straw. I mean, to be honest though, I mean, you naturally don't think about it. I mean, for me personally, I didn't think
Okay.
about, oh my God. I did notice my jaw started to ache though after the first week. It was interesting. I was
Oh,
like,
really?
I think it was just like maybe detoxing the mouth.
Right.
But yeah, I did notice that. But yeah, I think if you're going to be busy doing other things, you know what? I'll tell you, after 3 days, you well, actually,
Don't
three
notice it.
days in, you forget about food. You realize how quickly you can detach from the food, and then you realize how a lot of it is emotional eating. Because I remember day 6, I was with my friends and they were all having a roast dinner, and it didn't phase me. I was there on my herbal tea, and it did not phase me that they were eating this, and it looked amazing. But I was like, oh God, no, thank you. So it was very quickly how you can detach from it.
Okay.
And so, yeah, if you feel like you need to chew on something, yeah, maybe a straw. I don't know, I don't know. But not chewing gum. Don't have chewing gum.
No.
No,
No.
I wouldn't. But you know what? You might forget about it. Hopefully, you won't
Yeah.
have that need. Um, you know, but yeah, I mean, and I would just say, you know, it's you quickly forget about the food. Like it doesn't take long at all. But
Okay.
if you want to make, if you want to, you'll be using your hands and you'll do the when you're making the juice, it'll be like a ritual, and you'll get into it. You'll get really into making the juice. Um, because
Okay.
I love it. I love doing all of that, and it is like a little ritual. So when I
Yeah,
do
I'm
it,
gonna get like my tuning forks out. I might get some crystals round about it, and I'm gonna put lots of nice intentions into it. And so yeah,
yeah,
that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Okay, that's awesome. I'm excited. Oh,
Yeah.
do you have any tips for like the the headaches and the
Yeah, I was going to say actually. So yeah, you are gonna like. There's no cutting around this. You are gonna have detox, and the severity of that detox is going to depend on where you come from, and obviously, especially with the sugar and things like that. So you haven't been eating meat for a while, right?
oh
So
no, years. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So there may not be as severe with that, but yeah, the sugar you
Coffee.
are gonna feel it. Coffee, so you are gonna have headaches. You are. I remember day two for me was quite intense, but I really just and I worked throughout the whole time as well. I didn't have any time off when I did it, and this was the first time I did it. Um, and yeah, so you will have like experience of like headaches. Your body temperature may change. You might feel cold. Yeah, you will have like a bit more fatigue, but it'll only last 2 to 7 days.
Okay.
Then after that you'll start to really feel the benefits. You've just got to get through that hurdle, and you will be tempted. There will be moments where you are tempted, and it's just reminding yourself like, don't don't just
Don't do
try not
it.
to do it. If you do, just get back on it again. If like but
Well, it's
yeah,
not worth it, is it? I think that was even with the smoking. I'm going to relate it to that because I think that's the last thing that, I gave up that was like a heavy addiction. So even with the smoking, I would say to myself, well, I could have one, but what's the point? I've just, I've gone all this time. I'm going to undo all the good work that I've done. So I think I know I can definitely talk myself out of the kind of cravings because I know they'll come, but eventually they just won't be there anymore. So I can, I can,
yeah,
I can handle that. So I'll maybe plan for the headaches to be when I'm the weekend or something when I'm not working. So that if I'm
yeah. I would say definitely start. Day one is pretty much a breeze,
yep.
really. You
Hmm.
might just have juice when you feel hungry, but yeah, day two, day three, you'll probably feel it. So maybe yeah, if you do it on a Friday, and then you've got the weekend to kind of get through that detox. But I mean, I've done quite a few juice fasts now because I do love it, and I've done a few. I've only managed to do 3 days of water. I've always wanted to try more, but I've just never managed to get more than that. But yeah, for me, juicing it just that clarity of mind that you will experience is great. But yeah, the detox you will experience it. There's no way around.
Okay. And then the other side. So when I've completed with ease and grace my 21 days of the juice fast and I go on to the 3 days of water, seeing how that goes, what do you then introduce into your I'm
Yeah,
going see I the juice I think the juice fast will be the water fast, once I've done a juice fast, I think I can do that ease and grace. I can sail through that. I think not that I'm manifesting this for myself, but knowing who I am, I then I'm gonna word this better. Um, I think it's important for me to be planning during the fast how I come out of the fast.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so for me, the refeeding process was quite daunting. Like
Yeah,
the first
refeeding.
time,
That's
yeah.
like the refeeding process. That's funny. Is that what it's called? Today it's like,
Yeah, yeah. When you
oh,
refeed,
you
yeah.
refeed yourself. It's funny.
It's because I was like a little bit, I don't lie, I was a little bit nervous to eat again because I was in this place where I was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
I don't know
I
where
bet.
I am. Like, it was like, I was just like breathing life. And I had so much more time on my hands as well.
Of
So
course.
it was, so I went to the shop and I bought a load of fruit. And I bought literally, and I bought fruit that I've never bought before, like dates. I've never had medjool dates before. I've never eaten figs before. And I've got to put it on my website actually. I might share my story on this. The first date I had was heaven. It was like eating candy.
Was it?
Yeah, and I was like, why have I never eaten this before? And the figs were I was like, wow, like fruit is amazing. And I was just like, amazing. I actually broke it with a smoothie to start with.
Okay.
So I did water, then I went back on juice.
Okay.
Um, in the past, I've kind of like done a day of juice to get back in once I've done my 3 days of water. But
Okay.
it's up to you. You might do half a day. Your body adjusts quite quickly when you start eating. You'll be quite surprised and you'll be like, oh my God, my thoughts are coming in about sugar again. It's very quick. It's like, oh God. So this is where the discipline comes in. But you replace that with something like fruit. So you want to eat kind of like soft fruit, really. So
Okay.
mangoes. The time of year is not the best, but yeah, a smoothie would be really good to break fast.
Okay.
And I mean, yeah, like dates were just they were divine. If you really want that sweetness, have a date, a medjool date. You'll love it.
A
Um,
mature date.
medjool date.
Oh, mature. I thought you said
Yeah,
mature. I was
yeah.
thinking about me and my husband going on a date. That kind of, even they're not mature.
It's like God's candy. Yeah, literally. I mean, my daughter, she'll go, is that God's sugar, mummy? Yeah, God's sugar. Oh,
Awesome.
bad sugar. But yeah, so refeed with the softer fruits. I would say you wouldn't want like an apple or anything like that. 'Cause it's like, just be gentle on your digestion, really. But you'll notice, okay, you might like want another one, and then you just be slow and steady, really,
Okay.
to refeed. But yeah, I would start on fruits for a little bit. I usually do like maybe a couple of days of fruits.
Okay.
And then I'll start introducing a bit more of like my savory salads, but only small, and then gradually get to where I am.
Okay. Oh, you've been so helpful.
Oh, you're welcome. And if obviously during the refeed you want to have another catch up and just kind of think, because I don't know, then we can do that again, even if it's like whole food, cooked food.
Oh, that would be awesome. Sorry, I think that's funny. That's just my sense of humor. I don't know. That refeeds. I don't know. It just tickles me.
It's like a baby. I felt
Well,
like actually felt like a baby, like starting again. And people do that for a lot longer than I've done. I mean, I'm planning to do 21 days, but I might even go longer. I feel like I did, just going to go as long as I feel, really. Because I'm feeling so good right now, and I'm on day 5, and yeah. So I'm just going to keep going out. And you can when you're in this state, you manifest really quickly as well, which
okay.
is great. Mm.
Ah, I'm actually excited.
Hey, I'm so glad you're doing this fast.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited.
Yeah,
I
I'm
really
happy for you.
am. Um, okay. Oh, thank you so much.
You're
So
welcome.
I'll set a date and things. I'll feel into when it's right for me energetically. And I'll set a date and things, and then I will do some I'll video diary it as I go along, because that'll maybe help other people as well. And we'll see how we go from there. But people get in touch with you via your what's your email address?
Saira at myhighpriestess.co.uk.
Okay.
And always equinoxes is always a good time to fast, just throwing it out there.
An equinox. Oh, maybe we could look at doing something on the equinox together if everybody wanted to. I don't know, there's maybe something there where we'll see how I get on this, and then if other people are on board, we could maybe look to doing something together through the equinox, some kind of juice fast. There's maybe something there we could help other people with.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Oh, I'm so excited about this year, This year is
Yeah,
just,
me too.
do you feel it? Do you
Yeah,
feel it?
yeah. And the energies have been really good going into 2023. Like I've not been expecting to feel this good. So yeah, especially on a fast, and thought I'd have detox. So yeah, really good energies.
Oh, I just feel like, yeah, it's just like this breath of fresh air. That's all I keep hearing. It's just like, and it's
Yeah.
almost like, let's just get rid of all that kind of shadowy, dark stuff, and let's just step into and it's work, but it's
Mm,
it's like it's a lighter kind of work.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
know, I,
definitely.
I I think that's the only way that I can really describe it, is it's not like digging into all that deep, heavy stuff. It's just like exciting and uplifting and expanding, and oh, I'm so excited about the year ahead.
Yeah.
On a personal note, I've watched your growth, over the past maybe five months or so, and you're just expanding and stepping up and stepping in, and although it doesn't matter, what anybody else thinks about you, I am so proud of you. You really are really stepping into who you truly are and your mission here. So thank you for that. Thank you for coming here and helping support other people. Um, this will go on to our Patreon family first of all, and then we'll upload it to YouTube. But please pop over and give our beautiful sister Saira, give her channel a like, have a look at her website. As I said in my first video of the year, this is about us coming together now with all our different gifts, and oh, I'm just getting goosebumps all over. Oh, feels so good. Coming together now, it's been hard for me to, and I'm only ever going to be honest, right? Like for me to reach out to other people that I know that can help me in this journey, because this is one of the biggest, it's like a boulder. My stomach's also like a boulder, but it's like this boulder that's like in front of me, and I just haven't been able to kind of navigate it or get around it. So because I'm used to kind of taking somebody's hand and kicking their arse, it's now my job for some, other people to take my hand and kick my arse. So thank you for reciprocating the arse kicking.
Anytime. You do the same for me, so
And this is the year. This is a year for us all coming together with our gifts and talents to really help each other, bring each other on and move each other forward, um, and reach out to each other, and support each other also. So I love you.
you too. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we'll have another check-in. Um, I don't know, we'll maybe check in halfway through if it resonates with you. And then maybe at the end, and then we can maybe do something at equinox. We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see what comes in. Thank you. I love you. Pop over and give our channel a like, please. It's time that we all stepped up and started supporting each other. I love you, sweetheart. And everybody here, thank you for being here. Hope this has been informative and it's going to help you. And, if you don't want to step into this, you can maybe just watch me stepping into it and support me from the sidelines like a cheerleader. Come on, Joanne, you can do it. Okay, I love you, sweetheart. Have a day of heaven and earth.
Thank you. Bye.